guys? Welcome to Rip and Dip. It's the only show about skateboarding and about digital image processing. And if you're not ripping or dipping, then you must be fucking tripping and slipping. Let's get started. You might notice that I'm not myself and shit. I'm not bringing the typical energy that I've been known to bring to the show. And I wrote a letter about it. Here goes. It's from me. I just wanted to take a moment. I don't really do this often to express my feelings. My biggest fear in life is to be falling. Specifically falling into shrubberies and bushes and plants and shit. It's lame and it hurts my body all over. Whenever I take a spell, the last thing I truly remember before falling is the texture of that bush. I remember the colors and then I feel it on my skin and shit. It keeps me up at night, and honestly, I have not been sleeping right and shit. I realized that the only way to truly conquer my fears was to make a graphic about it. That's right, a skateboarding graphic for one of my decks. And I could just print a texture of the bush on the graphic, and I'd overcome my fear. I'd be on top of the bush always, whenever I'm skateboarding. But then this led me to an actual question, which is rare for me, which I was forced to answer and think about. It was totally bogus. The question was, how do I go about doing this? My image is too small. Despite my frustration with the situation though, I put my nose to the grindstone and got to work and shit. Using a computer with internet, I stumbled upon a paper by James Heeger from Stanford University, and it brought me back to the last time I was at Stanford University at the Tree Jam Skate Jam. I came in second place to some kook all because I lost control and fell into a bush. I knew that these men would understand me and support me in my implementation of their algorithm. I had never thought that having rational thought could be this fun. To explain the algorithm, I will turn it over to my newly formed science alter ego, Science Trevor. Science Trevor, take it away.
Thank you, Skate Trevor, for your kind introduction. The aforementioned algorithm is from the paper Pyramid-Based Texture Analysis and Synthesis. This paper is based off of two basic concepts, one being the steerable pyramid and the second being histogram matching. The steerable pyramid is an array of the same image with different image processing applied to it. The pyramid consists of bands and subbands. The bands vary in resolution of the image, and in each band there are subbands where directional bandpass filters are applied to the image, which gives us directional texture data. This is the analysis portion of the algorithm. For the synthesis part of the program, the same pyramid operation is applied to the noise image, and then the histograms of each subband of the noise pyramid are matched with the histograms of each subband of the texture pyramid. The noise pyramid is then reconstructed by performing the inverse operations done to create the pyramid. By reconstructing the noise image after histogram matching, we now have a noise image that contains texture data from the sample. This process is reiterated until the image looks good. To address the usage and limitations of this program, since every texture is different, the number of iterations and number of bands of the pyramid will have to be altered for each image. In this function, this is done manually. Examples of textures that will not work well with this algorithm are non-homogeneous textures where perhaps it's dark in one portion of the image and light in the other, or textures that contain high-frequency data that is either too long or too variable in direction. Thank you for having me on the show, Skate Trev. Now I turn it back to you to go over the results.
Science man, great job as always, and again, thank you. Now that we've got the background, we can totally see what's under the hood, check out how she rips. Yo man, like first example, definitely gotta be the bush. So, the bush is a nice uniform, high contrast between the blacks and the greens, much like leaves. We got the red speckling, like the berries in the bush. Man, I look at this texture and I can feel the pain coursing through me, because that's what I do, but I'm conquering it because I synthesized it myself. So definitely satisfied there. Another satisfying result, we've got the granite, texture number 9 as I called it. Like, this thing is just dope. It's completely homogeneous all the way through. It's got the speckles like the granite. The color's pretty accurate. I think we got another winner. Yeah, for sure. But there were some losers too, you know. As the writers of the paper said and shit, they said, like, it's just one of the many options, you know what I mean? It's not the end all be all. So it's not going to work for everything. Namely, this texture here, due to the non-homogeneous nature and shit of the original texture, like, it comes out blotchy and it doesn't look great. No matter how many iterations you do, it's a tough one. For sure, man, for sure. So that's a failure. That's one of the failures that Science Man mentioned. And finally, if you put something like good old Lena in there and shit, it just messes it up entirely. I mean, Lena's not a texture, so you wouldn't expect the texture to come out of that. Hopefully, like wow. So overall, I'm gonna like call it a success, you know, and really just call it a day, 'cause you know I'm gonna get that graphic. I'm getting it screen printed this weekend, and like I'm gonna be ripping, shredding, tearing it up out there, and ain't nothing's gonna stop me. No plants, no shrubs, nothing. Thanks, guys. Keep ripping, keep dipping, and always remember, don't even trip, don't even slip. Hey, peace.
Woo! Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, y'all gon' make me go